Air America Radio. I'm Christiane, sitting in for Richard Green tonight with journalist extraordinaire Greg Palast. Go to his website. We're going to talk Barack Obama and this big deal with Big Pharma.
It required an investigative reporter from the LA Times to discover that there were secret meetings, secret negotiations by Barack Obama's people with the big drug companies, and they had a deal that there'd be an $80 billion chop in the charges by the drug companies. And it was a deal in secret. Billy Towson, the guy that Barack Obama, during the campaign, said, this guy's a creep, we won't deal with him, that was the guy that they shook hands with. And when I say shook hands, that ain't metaphorical. It was a backroom deal.
I'm Barack Obama, and I message. The pharmaceutical industry wrote into the prescription drug plan that Medicare could not negotiate with drug companies. And you know what? The chairman of the committee who pushed the law through went to work for the pharmaceutical industry making $2 million a year. Imagine that. That's an example of the same old game playing in Washington. You know, I don't want to learn how to play the game better. I want to put an end to the game playing.
Let me jump in and talk about the deal, though. Let's explain this deal, because the drug industry is agreeing to give us a future savings of $80 billion as long as Obama says that we won't negotiate to lower drug prices, which was what we were asking for in healthcare reform, was to lower drug prices. He's cut this deal saying, hey, if you give us a little bit of savings, we'll keep the drug prices high. That doesn't sound right.
Then we'll tell the pharmaceutical companies, thanks, but no thanks for overpriced drugs. Drugs that cost twice as much here as they do in Europe and Canada and Mexico. We'll let Medicare negotiate for lower prices. We'll stop drug companies from blocking generic drugs that are just as effective and far less expensive. We'll allow the safe reimportation of low-cost drugs from countries like...
First of all, it makes me puke that we've just been Cheneyed by a guy named Barack Obama, who said he would never do this. It would be on C-SPAN. And it wasn't on C-SPAN. And rather than fess up and say, I did the wrong thing, I had secret negotiations, even with the guy he said he would never talk to, Billy Towson, it was like every line was crossed.
But here's the thing. We're going to do all these negotiations on C-SPAN. So the American people will be able to watch these negotiations. So if they start seeing a member of Congress who is carrying the water for the drugs instead of for their constituents and says, oh, you know, we can't negotiate for the cheapest available price on drugs because the drug companies need these profits to reinvest in research and development. I'll say, okay, well, let me bring my healthcare expert in here. And on TV, we'll ask my healthcare expert.
He's such a charming liar, though. He's such a nice guy when he lies like that.
In the next 10 years, according to the Obama administration's own figures, we will spend $3.6 trillion, that's with the TRs, $3.6 trillion on prescription drugs. $80 billion off $3.6 trillion is 2.2%. 2%, Mr. Obama. That's why you violated the law, broke your campaign promises, had secret Cheney-like meetings in your bunker with the creepy drug company lobbyists. I'm wondering, I'm going to say something that I should light up your lines. Okay. What if the people out there screaming and breaking up the discussion at the town meeting are correct? What if we have a situation in which you have secret meetings being held by the president, the absolute fascist nightmare, because fascism is defined as government combining with corporate powers to impose their profit-making regime on you.